Alright, so I was on the plane from Sacramento to JFK. And JFK, may he rest in peace, okay? He was our president and he was shot and murdered. Listen to what he said before he died, because maybe what he said before he died was why they killed him, people. Listen to his speech. You know what I'm talking about. And if you're so dense you can't understand what he's saying and what he means, because what he says has incredible gravity about what's going to happen. But anyway, God rest his soul, JFK, our last real president. You think Trump is, give me a break, all puppets. Anyway, the point is this. On the plane, first of all, in the lobby, right, I was reorganizing my stuff. And everyone was looking at me because I'm weird. But I was actually very composed. I was just, trying to unpack. I had my camera. I got a little tripod, so what? It doesn't mean anything. I got like what, 200 people, 400 people view my views on YouTube. It doesn't mean anything. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. The greatest one in this world is the one of men. Men who will not be bought or sold, though the heavens fall. Mighty men of God. God can do more with 6 men truly united than 60. Look at all the great men in the world. Just one person can change the world. And it might be you. Because it ain't going to be me. Now the point is this. Oh, it sure ain't going to be me. The point is this. I overheard them saying, oh, he probably takes selfies. This guy probably takes selfies. Oh, sweetheart, I do a lot more than take selfies. I got no pride in me. I don't know how to be embarrassed. And you can't hurt me. I've been through many terrible, horrible experiences in my life that I cannot utter, that you cannot hurt me. And once you go through those horrible things, everything else is like taking a what is it? Stroll down some Sesame Street. And actually, that would be terrifying if that was Sesame Street was real. Anyway, this is all my comedy act. I was seated, and I thank God for this. I thank God for the trials and afflictions, and because affliction worketh patience, and patience experience, and love, and all those things. Look up that verse. And I was sat in the middle seat, which is the best seat, of course. Here's the rule, people. Okay, I told this to a German couple. Okay, there was a man and his wife, and the wife is in the middle, from what is it, Doha to Bangkok, and I told her, because I'm funny. At least I think I'm funny. I laugh at my own jokes. No one else does. But anyway, the point is this. I told her, okay, here are the rules. Basic etiquette. The person in the middle seat, they get both armrests. That's how it goes. It's the horrible seat, so they get both armrests. I told her, okay. I told her that. I said, I got the Alice seat, which is the best seat for me, actually. So I was in the middle seat from Sacramento to JFK, and a very, very large woman was sat next to me on the left. America has an obesity problem. All the Western nations do, because they make the food addictive. They spend millions of dollars in research and development in order to make the food as addictive as cocaine. That's why everybody's fat. And they don't need to be educated on how to cook healthy, delicious meals. Because yeah, it can be healthy, but it's got to be delicious, people. And that's why the health food ministry and the health work and the restaurants that we're going to build are so important. And I went to a halal restaurant today, and it was beautiful. And I had wonderful vegetarian food there. And I said, Assalamu alaikum. And it's just a wonderful place. And it's like, why can't we have that too? Loving Hut. They believe in the Grandmaster Ching or something like that, and they're wonderful people, and I love them. They even mentioned Dr. Kellogg in their list of famous people who are vegetarians. Dr. Kellogg, the Tesla of medicine. He made cornflakes, people. I keep saying that, but anyway, and granola. We invented granola. The Seventh-day Adventist Church, we invented granola, and don't you forget it. But anyway, the point is this. I was in the middle seat. You're going to have to watch this on slow, I get it. I have always typed over 70 words per minute. My resting heart rate is like 90 or 87. It's just how I was born, okay? Like a female deer, a doe, a female deer. Genesis 49. So the point is this. She was a little insecure about it. I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable about it, so I was very cool about it. And then we got acclimated, and we were fine about it. Also, at one point, I was tempted to ask her if I could use her if I could sleep on her and just cuddle with her. She's so just lovely, a lovely woman, sweetheart. And but there were these 3 young men in front of me, in the row in front of me, and these young men, I was where they were. You know what I mean? Because of the pain of my childhood and where I was built up, the way I was raised, and what happened with my stepfather, and I forgive him because he went through war and hell too. You know, so you got to forgive. You got to love your enemies. You got to love everybody. And if you don't forgive them, then God will not forgive you. Okay? Let no man imagine evil against his neighbor. For I, the Lord, hate these things. Okay? So if in your heart and you're just imagining evil things, you're a murderer, right? Isn't that what Jesus said? You're a murderer. So put away all that hatred, because it only festers inside of you. Makes you. It's like drinking, holding a grudge. It's like drinking poison and hoping the other person gets hurt. You're only hurting yourself. So how about you have some love and some just laugh it off and have some love and get over it. You know what I mean? And so the young man in front of me, I would say my age or older, or you know. And the other one, he had actually gotten up while he wasn't supposed to. He was kind of a little rebellious. I was the same way. You know, I had a little problem with authority. Trust me, when those people come to our side, for instance, like really hardened criminals who like are just so good at like maybe like technology or something, or maybe even hackers. If they come to our side, they can use those powers for good instead of evil. Even the police, they have the FBI, they have a hackathon or some kind of program where they invite these men, and they're not going to arrest them, and they tell them, look, try to break into our code. Try to break into our system. And of course they can, because, you know, the FBI, it's a joke. NSA, it's a anyway. The point is this, is that he had reclined his seat all the way back. And then periodically throughout how long was the flight, 6, 7, 8 hours, he would just rock and rock and rock while I was trying to sleep like a desk. You know, because I couldn't go, and I never recline my seat because I'm too much of a sweetheart. And plus I can sleep, I'm a man, I can take it. You know what I mean? He that rules his own spirit is better than he that conquers a city. And he that cannot rule his own spirit is like a city without walls. So if I got a city, capital Mark, and I got no walls, everyone's just going, hey, let's just go in Mark City and just dance around and then, you know, let our animals poop in there and not clean it up. No, you gotta have walls. You gotta have strength. You gotta have emotional strength, physical, emotional, spiritual, emotional, mental strength. Tony Robbins talks about it. Look him up. And so once you have that, and you pray for patience. My goodness, do you pray for patience? Actually, I was completely fine. I actually felt bad for him, was the truth. I felt so bad for him because, like, you know, I'm sure he was hurt, or he didn't have a father growing up. Because, you know, over 90%, and maybe even over 95% of people in prison grew up without their biological father. I gotta double check that. You fact check me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right in that, and that is a shocking thing. That's why God is so cares so much about the widowed and the fatherless, and that's why the thugs and the criminals, and the people in the prisons, you think they're worthless, you think they're trash. They will go into the kingdom of heaven before you. And you know, I'd be sleeping like this, and he'd be hitting my head, rocking it, and I'm like, oh, every single time, like, Lord, thank you. You know, it makes me stronger. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And if I can make it through these experiences without getting mad, I mean, come on, that's real strength. True masculine strength is in restraint. It's not in, you think being manly is like someone that looks at your girl for a second and you want to get in a fight and go to jail and put him in the hospital? Oh, bravo, sweetheart. You're a real man. The real man gets spit in the face, and he has the power to put them all in the dust and just wipes it off. Because that's what Jesus Christ did. They mocked him. They spit in his face. They put a crown of thorns on his head. They put a purple robe on him. All that humiliation and shame. But how did he do it? Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame. And whatsoever ye do unto the least of these, my brethren, ye do it unto me. So careful what you do, and watch your words. For every idle word you shall speak, you shall give account of in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be condemned, and by thy words thou shalt be justified. So at the end of the flight, we're getting our stuff, and then I forget why, but we're talking about something. It wasn't about that, but it was something else. And I say, oh, you know, and you just pray for patience. And hopefully they put 2 and 2 together. Oh yeah, you just pray for patience. But I did identify myself as a Christian at that point. Because you say you pray for patience. Oh, actually, yeah, you must pray for patience as well. But Buddhists pray for patience as well. Hindus pray for patience as well. Never mind. Take that back. And so what happens? And then so my bag was up in the thing, but the tall man who had on the left of the man in front of me, the young man in front of me, he had gotten up. Of course, he was a little rebellious, but yeah, maybe he didn't hear, maybe he didn't know. I don't know. I can't judge. That's right. See, you misunderstand. You can't only judge people correctly. You think your judgment's right, but it ain't right. You know, God does not judge, man judges. But he's a very tall man, so his head was. I didn't want to hit his head, and so the woman to the left of me, we were like kind of kindred spirits at the end of that. At the end of that, what do you call it? Trial experience. It was a trying experience. She was about to give him some attitude, because I know, you know, you're about to, you know, he's about to give him some attitude. But I was like, no, you know, blessed are the peacemakers. Oh, no, I got this. I said, no, I got this. And I said, and he turned because he had mentioned seen the commotion, and like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I just, you know, a soft answer turns away wrath. Okay, people, you got to read the book of Proverbs again and again and again. A soft answer turns away wrath, and you know, be sweet about it. And that's it. Everything ended without incident. And that's all I had to say. Bye-bye.